Chelsea Football Club, Cole Palmer's finally getting the respect he deserves. His peers have voted him to be in the best 11 for FIFA Pro. We're going to break it down. Furthermore, Robert Sanchez has been very good this season, and a lot of people are making outlandish claims such as top 3 goalkeepers in the league, but Robert Sanchez has his say. Joao Pedro apparently doesn't like to shoot. Oh, he doesn't shoot. He's scared to shoot. He's allergic to shooting. There's even a count of how many shots he's taken in X amount of months. The reality is, you're all waffling, and I'm going to break it down. And finally, everybody's saying the title race is over. Everybody's telling me, give the championship to Arsenal, the EPL's pathetic. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not over. Act like you've been here before, because 5 weeks ago, people were saying a completely different tune, and I've got the numbers to back it up. But what I need from all of you, number one, I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So you need to subscribe to make sure you're up to date with the latest Chelsea news. Number two, hit the like button. 1,000 likes tells YouTube and the algorithm, listen broski, the Kavkas View is somewhere you want to be, something you want to watch. So do it, it's free, and you're helping me out. Simple as that. We're aiming for 1,000 likes. Now let's get it cracking and let's break it. Chelsea fans, we have a star again. Ever since Eden Hazard has left, I've always asked myself the question, when is our next star going to arrive? When is the apple of our eyes? When is our prime contender for a potential Ballon d'Or winner going to arrive? And Cole Palmer came out of nowhere. And now we're starting to see that people in his own industry appreciate him. The players have decided to vote, and the players have spoken. People have told me he can't chat to Bukayo Saka. People told me Mohamed Salah is better than Cole Palmer, and I have been religiously telling you, we've got 2 years of good work. In 2 years, we've had a 6 months down period, and even in his down period, he was bloody brilliant. All he could not do is score goals. He was creating chances, he was a threat, he was essentially carrying a team in a rut. And yet, people still had the audacity to tell us, as community Chelsea fans, they tried to silence us, that we cannot praise our boy. There's not enough of a sample size. He was putting Messi and Ronaldo generational numbers in goals and assists under Poch. Can we please respect Cole Palmer? However, FIFA Pro have announced their team that is voted for by the players, for the players. And let me tell you now, the goalkeeper's Donnarumma, no problem. They went for a 3-4-3 formation, make it work. As long as my boy's in there, I don't care. Hakimi, Virgil, and Mendes. Can't argue. All of them had a brilliant year. All of them deserve to be in, right? Midfield, and this is where it gets interesting. Vitinha, Pedri, Bellingham, and my boy Cole Palmer. Brilliant. And then Yamal, Mbappe, and finally Ousmane Dembele. First of all, I want to say this is a very good team. All of those players are world class. Real recognize real, and the reality is Cole Palmer belongs on that stage. You don't look at that and say, Cole Palmer, what's he doing there? No, you look at that and say, yeah, Cole Palmer. Club World Cup final, he stood up, he was counted. Club World Cup final, he was up there with Dembele on that stage where you could see the rest of the city, and guess what? He was the one that was left victorious at the end. The players respect him. The fans respect him. The pundits respect him. We've got a gem. And the man spoke out, and the man said, look, it's a privilege to be voted and a privilege to be acknowledged by players that play. And he basically was very grateful and said it was an honor. They also asked him, do you think anyone else in the Chelsea team could win it? He said, Estevao. You know ball, bro. We're going to get 2 of them into one team. We're going to go from having 1 player to a few players. Moises is out on that list too. Soon come. I'm telling you now. All I'm saying is, we haven't had Cole Palmer all year. And we've scored 18 goals in the league. And essentially, Cole's been, gone for 70% of the games? We miss him massively. We do. He's the type of player that can elevate us from a top 4 team into a title contender real quick. We need to get him back. Make sure he's right. Make sure he's relaxed. Make sure he's rehabilitating properly. Don't rush him back so he breaks down. However, this is a momentous occasion. Cole Palmer makes Chelsea proud, makes himself proud, and makes all us fans proud because he deserves this. This is a huge achievement in my opinion. On this channel, I respect myself for speaking my thoughts. Sometimes what I say isn't popular. Sometimes what I say, you guys don't, as a community, appreciate purely based on the fact that you disagree with me, so you think it's hate. However, what I regularly do is I give you reasons for my logic. You don't agree with me, but you can see where my logic is taken. Robert Sanchez, right? Robert Sanchez since March has been a very good goalkeeper. I do not dispute that one bit. In the summer, I said, go get me Mike Maignan. I was very upset we didn't get him. Mike Mignon right now is having a brilliant season. He's fighting for Serie A. However, Robert Sanchez this year has been a very good goalkeeper. A lot of people have been saying that Robert's still rubbish, we need to get rid of him. That might be true. However, you cannot dispute the fact that the keeper is doing a good job. Does this mean he's world class? By no means does it mean he's world class. Does it mean, like certain people are saying, top 3 in the league? No, he's not top 3 in the league. I don't even know where he sits in the league. Because the reality is, there's been enough bozo moments that can undo any argument that you're going to fixate. He would be guilty. However, what he has said is, number one, he's really confident in his ability right now. He is really happy with the way he's playing. And he's feeling the support from his teammates and the fans. And you know what? That's what we're here for, bro. You play well, I promise you, we will elevate you to the point. We'll get you such a rocket on your backside that you're going to fly up to the FIFA Pro team. We will absolutely give you the PR that you need to be respected in the game. You just do your job. And your job is not be world class. I just want you not to be spoken about. Genuinely. If we're not talking about you, means you're having great games. Why is it, right? We absolutely appreciate certain goalkeepers historically. Because when they're called upon, they do their job. Otherwise, we don't chat about it. And in this case, this season, apart from the Manchester United game, Pedro Sanchez has been brilliant. He's been absolutely brilliant because I haven't needed to talk about him. If I don't need to talk about you, bro, you're having a great game. It's as simple as that. So when Robert Sanchez comes out and says, look, we knew Spurs were good from set pieces and we used our new tactic and this is why I was coming and collecting. I love it. It means we're prepared, we're using his strengths, and honestly, his ability to come and claim crosses is very good. This is why I get very nervous when he's flapping at it. I don't understand. Bro, you're 6'5". You're a brilliant claimer of the ball when it's in the air. Do your job. You're good. My problem with Sanchez has always been with his feet. He has really eased up with his feet and he's taken initiative and is confident in himself. Long may it continue. I'm not saying he's world class before anyone takes me out of context. I just think he's doing a good job and we need to spread some positivity around here because he has earned it. This isn't given, it's earned. He has done really well. And Robert Sanchez, well done, my friend. So social media has been a good thing for football Twitter and football YouTube. And it's been horrible. From a good aspect, people like me have a community now, right? We have people that we can talk to on a regular basis, people to tell us we're stupid, but some people that absolutely love our content, tune in as you guys have enabled me to have a community. And what happens with communities like this is certain people start to run agendas, and these agendas start to like absolutely catch on like wildfire. The beauty of it is some of us can debunk these agendas. There's an agenda that Joao Pedro doesn't shoot. Joao Pedro is not a good footballer, he doesn't shoot. So what happened is, there's an account called Touchline Frackers, if you don't know, bad boy podcast, absolutely brilliant, I'm on there occasionally. However, they are, in my opinion, my favorite podcast in the UK. They are that good. If they're underrated, but they're absolutely brilliant. And they've got the numbers, right? So Haaland has got, in 10 games, 13 non-penalty goals. The reason we're looking at non-penalty goals is some people don't take penalties, some people do, so it skews the numbers, so we look at non-penalties. After that, Voltemada, Hugo Ekitike, Joao Pedro, and Victor Gyökeres all have 3 goals. 3 goals. Some people tell me Joao Pedro can't shoot, right? He doesn't want to shoot, he's scared to shoot. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, out of the list of those 5, the only one that shoots, based on everyone else's criteria, is Haaland. 43 shots, 25 of them on target. There's a reason why this man is generation. So we can exclude him from the reckoning straight away. The key here is Voltemada, Ekitike, Gyökeres, and Haaland, Joao Pedro. Listen to these numbers. 12 shots have gone for who? Voltemada. He has had 12 shots all season. Only 3 of them on target. Ekitike has had 16, only 4 of them on target. Joao Pedro has had 16, 8 of them on target. Victor Gyökeres has had 19, 7 of them on target. So you're telling me Joao Pedro, who's scared to shoot and he can't shoot because he's not a good finisher, is averaging the same amount of shots as Ekitike and a bit more than Voltemada and just under Victor Gyökeres, who's meant to be a generational striker according to Arsenal fans. No, this is just an agenda now people are trying to run on Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro is a good striker. He might not be world class, he might not be great, but he's a good striker. And the numbers suggest, genuinely, if you focus on the numbers, he attempted 16 shots in 10 games. 16 shots in 10 games is Is it great? No, but he's the main vocal point of our attack, so he's getting doubled up. When Palmer comes back, he'll be freed up. There'll be more space for him. You play Estevao on the right. Trust me, there'll be more creativity and we will create more chances because Estevao will create for him. We need to be honest. We need to be transparent and agendas need to die. Or I will just keep coming back here and debunking it. Because outside of those 5, there's one world-class striker and it's Erling Brute Haaland. And maybe Isak when Isak comes back on form. The other 4, they're good strikers. They're proving themselves. And I don't like this narrative that Joao Pedro doesn't shoot, but Ekitike does shoot, and Voltamada shoots, and what's his name, Gyökeres shoots. When the numbers literally tell you we're picking a mix in. 3 shots is the difference. Like genuinely, let's be better as a community. Let's back our player, because this player deserves it. I actually think Joao Pedro is a good footballer. I don't think he's world class. I think he can develop to being a very, very good footballer. Finally, I want to talk about the title race. A lot of you are going to say, well, you want to talk about title race. We're not in the title race. We're not in the title race, but I want to just highlight something to some people. Act like you've been there before, right? There's a lot of people right now saying Arsenal have won the league. We need to give up. There's no hope. I need to book a holiday for June because I don't want to be here when Arsenal lift the title. Firstly, it's not June, it's May. And secondly, relax. It's 10 games. I genuinely can't believe people need me to explain that to them. Relax. It's only 10 games. And people are going to say, what are you talking about? They're already X, Y, Z points clear. This is not acceptable. They've only conceded 3 goals. Let me tell you something. 5 game weeks ago, the Premier League table for the 4 teams that I believe will finish in the top 4 was like this. Liverpool 15, Arsenal 10, Chelsea 8, Manchester City 7. Since then, 5 game weeks later, Arsenal's on 25, Manchester City's on 19, Liverpool's on 18, and Chelsea's on 17, right? What does this tell you? It tells you that Arsenal have won their last 5. That's all. And in that period, Manchester City have won 4 and lost 1. Chelsea have won 3 and lost 2. And Liverpool have won 1 game. We need to be better than this reactionary behaviour. What makes you think Arsenal might not lose to Sunderland next game, then all of a sudden have another game where they don't do well against Tottenham and they drop points, and then they play Chelsea and they lose to Chelsea, and all of a sudden they got 1 point from the next 3 games, which is 9 points, and then they got 2 back-to-back games after that, and in 5 games time, when we're looking at game week 15, it's not flipped and Haaland's not got Manchester City top. Or hopefully, Chelsea are even higher. Look, we need to be open, we need to be transparent, and we need to be less reactionary. I'm not saying we're going to win the league. I'm not saying we're going to be fighting for the league. But what I am saying is, the Lap's coming back, Palmer's coming back, and if we can stay within touching distance, and we can get to 70 points quickly, maybe then we can discuss some stuff. But like I said, we don't need to focus on the title. But what we do not need to do, and we shall never do, is resign the title to them man in North London. Okay? I don't tolerate that. I will happily say, you know what? Haaland, do your thing, win a title. Pep's won so many, it doesn't even hurt. I don't know any Man City fans. I don't like Liverpool. I don't like Arsenal. I absolutely despise Arsenal. So for me, it's as simple as that. I do not want to see Arsenal win the league, and I am not admitting it until it's done. So it is what it is. Listen, if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I've got more Kavkas View for you. I've got the reaction to our victory against Spurs, breaking down the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. And over here, Bratuki, I got my reaction to Garnacho. We need to talk about him, because a lot of people don't like what I say, but I tell you what you need to hear. It is controversial, so just sit back, relax, get yourself some popcorn, and watch the video. Peace out, I'm out. Bye.